So I'm always reading your comments, getting ideas for videos, and someone mentioned what to do with an inflamed digestive tract. That's what I'm going to talk about. The first thing I want to bring up is what is the function of your digestive tract? And I'm mainly talking about your stomach, your small intestine, and the large intestine. The main function is to break down your food, the macronutrients, carbs, proteins, and fats, and then absorb the micronutrients, okay? Pull it in through the digestive tract at its smallest level. In other words, you're eating protein, but we're absorbing amino acids. You're eating fat and you're absorbing essential fatty acids. You're eating carbohydrates and you're extracting the vitamins and minerals. And then part of the undigested fiber is taken care of from your own microbes. If you have any inflammation in any part of your digestive tract, you're going to have a very difficult time absorbing, okay? There's a condition called malabsorption. That means you're just not getting the absorption of the nutrients into the body, and that could occur from inflammation in the lining of your colon or scar tissue that was created from the inflammation. So now we have a situation because we're not going to get the full absorption of vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids. Certain parts of your digestive tract absorb certain nutrients, okay? So if we can identify what part of your digestive tract is damaged, let's say the last part of the ileum, that's the last part of the small intestine, then we know you're not going to be able to absorb the amino acids as well or the bile salts. So we won't get that recycling, and chances are you're going to be deficient in bile, which means you'll probably be deficient in vitamin A, D, E, and K. And also, 90% of all your digestion occurs in the small intestine, okay? So if your stomach doesn't have enough acid, or your gallbladder doesn't have enough bile, or your pancreas is not releasing the enzymes, and you're going to get something that ferments too much, so you're going to get a lot of bloating and pain in your small intestine. And so there's a number of things that create inflammation. It could be from taking antibiotics, it could come from antacids, it could come from pathogens because you don't have enough acid in your stomach, it could come from food poisoning, tapeworms, gluten, grains, omega-6 oils, highly inflammatory. It could also come from food allergies. It could be from nuts or dairy. Or it could be from fiber because there's already pre-existing damage and it's just tearing up your colon. So regardless of the cause of inflammation, there's several things that you can do. Number one, you may want to go carnivore for a while because people with gut issues do better on carnivore at least for a couple of months, okay? They don't do well on a very high fiber diet unless there's maybe a small amount of fermented vegetables or cooked vegetables. They can possibly handle that, but depending on the damage, you might not want to add fiber. However, this is interesting. Normally, wheat has gluten, it'll tear up your stomach. But if you have wheatgrass juice, a high quality, I'm talking organic, raw wheatgrass juice, or its powder, that comes without the gluten. That comes without the fiber, and that can create some major relief in your intestinal tract, especially if there's any problems with ulcers and inflammation or irritation or gastritis, because the wheatgrass juice powder, it's without the fiber, it's not wheatgrass, this wheatgrass juice powder has a lot of phytonutrients, including chlorophyll, that's incredibly healing for the internal lining of your digestive tract. So if you have any gut issues or any inflammation, that would be one thing I would highly recommend. I'll put a study down below that was a pretty hardcore, double-blinded study showing some really good results. Okay, the next thing you need to do is fasting, okay? Definitely regular intermittent fasting as well as periodic prolonged fasting. That's going to give the digestive tract a chance to heal. You're going to create a condition called autophagy, which is going to help repair the lining of your colon, very important. Vitamin D, at least 20,000 IUs because it's a very powerful anti-inflammatory, and if you have gut damage, you're going to have a more difficult time absorbing vitamin D as well as calcium. And then you also want to replace what's missing. Let's say you're low in hydrochloric acid, or you're low in enzymes, or you're low in bile, or you're low in your good bacteria. So anyway, that's my recommendation if you have an inflamed digestive tract. Hey, before you go, if you're benefiting from any of my content, I would love to hear about your success story. Please share it in the link down below.